Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for inviting me to this seminar as the representative of the New Start Party Hungary and as a former mayor with a long experience of local politics. As you perhaps know, as a former chair of the External Commission of the European Committee of the Regions, I have been involved actively in launching several of the European Union external relation projects, including the Eastern Partnership Initiative and the Euro-Mediterranean cooperation. Our discussion today is very timely. We are meeting in the 70th anniversary year of the Schuman Declaration. As we all feel, this anniversary offers a unique opportunity for stock-taking and to show where, as Europeans, we stand today and just what our strategic options are. I would like to share with you just 4 ideas. Firstly, my belief that the European Union finds itself today at crossroads. Secondly, that the coronavirus epidemic induced economic crisis has underlined the need to construct an anti-fragile union. Thirdly, that the office of the mayor remains the most trusted political office in Europe. And finally, the regions and cities are set to take on a more prominent role in the future, both in Europe and around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, today we find ourselves at crossroads between a more integrated union and a more inward-looking patchwork of nation-states pursuing their own interest, only their own interest, and choosing the policies that suit them, that is, so-called Europe à la carte. This latter, Europe à la carte, goes against the principle of the shared responsibility and solidarity, the main principles which was laid down by our founding fathers, Robert Schuman and his close collaborator, Jean Monnet. Both of them believed in gradual integration. However, the political philosophy and approach to the European integration taken by our founding fathers is today being questioned by both the public and radical forces, particularly within some peripheral member states. What we can expect as a result is an increased number of Eurosceptics, even in the European Parliament. So, it's high time to build an anti-fragile political system for the European Union. A couple of words about the crisis. The term of crisis, it comes from the Greek word krisis, meaning judgment or trial. We could thus see the current epidemic-related crisis not just a blow to our economic and social system, but also as an important trial of our political capacity to cope with and respond to this unexceptional challenge. In my view, during the crisis, the European Union has demonstrated both resilience and solidarity with weak countries. We have managed to avoid collapse and disintegration. Today we need to do more to increase our resilience. Indeed, the American scholar Nassim Taleb has argued in one of his essays, we have to create a political and economic system that is not just resilient, but also anti-fragile. One that becomes stronger in the face of the crisis. In my view, the European response to the crisis and the current collapse on financial markets show that the European Union itself is anti-fragile, that it has become stronger over the course of the crisis. And what is the role of the regions, for example, the Basque Country and the cities today? It's obvious that, like the 2008 financial crisis, the epidemic-induced recent economic crisis has been accompanied by also a crisis of values and public faith. Today, most people do not trust politicians. Politics is perceived as dirty business, and this perception only encourages extremist and radical political forces. We can expect that Eurosceptics and radicals will have their own political group in the parliament, in the European Parliament, as French, Dutch, and also Spanish nationalists take advantage of the crisis and the growing skepticism. In many member states, one of the political figures that's still trusted is the mayor. This has to do with physical proximity and to the fact that the mayoralty is an executive function directly connected with the daily lives of the people. The situation looks similar in the United States. Americans can see that city governments are less weighed down by party politics and less responsive to lobbying. They see mayors getting things done. Perhaps this could serve as a lesson for other political representatives. Keep in touch with the public and try to be specific and focused on results. Try to speak to their everyday concerns and understand their joys and sorrows. Given that the mayors are political figures that still enjoy the public's trust, I believe that the future of local politics is bright, not just in Europe, but also internationally. Regions and cities are becoming active global players in investment, environmental protection, and through the diplomacy of cities in contemporary international relations. We are seeing the creation of a new concept of local sovereignty, expressing the fact that some urgent global issues are better addressed by regions and cities than by nation states. In parallel to different governance structures such as the United Nations, the G8, the G20, there was established a new platform, a global parliament of mayors. This idea was supported by Michael Bloomberg, the former mayor of New York City, who said, "I don't listen to Washington very much. The difference between my level of government and the other levels of government is that action takes place at the city level, while national government at this time is just unable to do anything. The mayors of this country have to deal with the real world." In 2011, following the meeting in Mexico City on climate policy, where little progress was made by the national delegations, representatives from 207 cities signed a global cities climate pact, pledging to pursue strategies and actions aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions. So, cities did what countries could not. Ladies and gentlemen, in my view, one of the main directions toward a successful and sustainable integration of our continent is the acknowledgement of the enhanced political role of the European regions and municipalities. Ladies and gentlemen, these are a few of my thoughts and ideas on the occasion of the 70th anniversary event. Thank you again for your attention.